Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Obasuyi, and today I'm going to be talking about kids and social media. A lot of times when patients come into my clinic and they see my family portraits in my office, the first thing they ask is, "Oh, Dr. Obasuyi, how old are your kids?" 13 and 15. Oh, lovely. The next question, especially for most parents that have kids about the same age bracket, is are they on social media? And my answer is usually no. And the reason for that is personal, of course. I believe there's an age limit for alcohol consumption. There is an age limit for tobacco consumption, which is smoking. So why shouldn't there be one for social media use? The truth is, so most of these kids, 10 years and above, usually will have their own cell phones to aid communication between the parents and the kids, and for security reasons, in case there's an emergency. Most of these phones have internet access. They say an idle mind is the devil's workshop. A child at that age has a cell phone with internet access. The next thing is whenever they have free time, or maybe from peer pressure, they want to go on social media. Truth is, platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat do have an age limit of 13 before you're allowed to come on board. Who actually checks their age? All the child needs to do is to jack up their age, and boom, they are accepted. What they do on social media becomes the next problem. At 13, what do you really know? How much decisions can you really vouch for that you can make correctly at that age? And most surprisingly, a lot of these kids are just 10 years old, 10 or even less. I watched a video one time. They were doing a research in UK, and they found a lot of kids that were even 10 years old. Most of them were on social media, and it was the same thing. They all had to inflate their age to get in, and they ride it. So it's up to us as parents to monitor what our kids are doing with these phones. Engage them. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. If they have enough activities to engage them, then they won't have time for social media. We also have to let them know that their main goal, academics, should be. There will be time to socialize, and they will have more than enough time for it when the time comes. But priority at that age should be academics. That should be the goal. Focus and everything should be on that. Sometimes I wonder where they get the time for this from. Because my kids, from school, they have homework, which they have to do. They have to get in most times the next day or two. So they're busy. We also enroll them in extramural classes, physics, maths, chemistry, and a couple of other things, which also keeps them busy. And they get homeworks from those. So at the end of the day, they are actually struggling to get everything in on time. Of course, I understand that not everybody can afford those things. But then, there are libraries that the kids could use. So as parents, if we guide them properly and make sure they're using their time properly, social media will be the last option with the kids. My kids have to be in bed. They have to be in bed at 10. So they know they have to finish whatever homework they have before going to bed. Every child needs a good night's sleep to function well the next day. So if the child is on the internet socializing with friends till maybe 1 o'clock at night or 2 a.m. and has to be at school by 7:30 the next day, that child, no matter how we try to justify it, did not get enough sleep and may not be able to function well the next day. But again, what are you socializing at that age? What are you socializing? What are you talking about? What are you discussing that will take you till 1 a.m. in the morning? So this is where I think a lot of us as parents probably get it wrong. In the quest to respect the child's privacy, you forget that there are a lot of predators out there that could easily manipulate these kids. It's better to err on the side of prevention than cure. We don't want to be victims, or our kids to be victims of things that can easily be prevented. Some of these things could haunt them or haunt the entire family for the rest of our lives. We've seen kids that lost their lives to people they met on social media. We've seen it even happen with adults, talk less of little kids. Unfortunately, some of these predators, gone are the days where we used to think they were monsters from a different planet. We've seen cases of law enforcement agents, high profile law enforcement agents being arrested for child pornography, rape of kids underage. So these things are it's no longer news that predators are out there. It's real, they are out there. But it's up to us to put measures in place to protect our kids from these animals in human skin. You know, we've seen several cases, and it's enough for us to understand that, look, we should not leave our kids to make those decisions at that age. These are decisions that we as parents should be making on their behalf. Social media is not a priority at that age. There are better things that could be done with the time. This is my own take on it. Other parents might have a different opinion, but I strongly believe it is better to err on the side of prevention than when it's too late. Most times we think this thing is not real when we see it, when we hear it in the news, until it hits close to home. Then we know how the dangers that these activities could pose. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Victor Obasuyi. If you think you like what you heard, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comments are highly welcomed. If you have kids in the same age bracket and you want to share your own experience, please by all means leave comments in the section. Other parents might benefit from it. So thank you, and I'll see you guys next week.